If you're installing or thinking of installing a PEX heating or plumbing system, one of the first things you need to know is how to make a PEX pipe connection. In this video, we will demonstrate how to create a connection using the popular crimp method. For this connection, you'll need a PEX fitting, a crimp ring, a PEX cutter, a PEX crimping tool, and, of course, the PEX tubing itself. Make sure that the crimp tool head corresponds to the size of the PEX tubing used. Today we're using 1/2 inch tubing, so our tool head also reads 1/2 inch. First, cut the PEX tubing. To ensure an even square cut, position the PEX cutter at 90 degrees to the tubing. The tool we're using is an Everhot Ratchet PEX cutter. Slide the crimp ring over the cut side of the tubing about 2 inches from the end. Then, insert the PEX fitting into the tubing. Make sure it is fully inserted so that the shoulder of the fitting touches the tubing. Next, position the crimp ring about 1/4 to 1/8 of an inch from the edge of the tubing. The ring should be directly over the PEX fitting's barbs. Open your PEX Crimp Tool all the way. Position the tool over the crimp ring squarely. Close the crimp tool's jaws completely. Your crimp connection is now complete, but you're not quite finished. It's important to check that the connection has been properly made. To do this, we use a go-no-go gauge. Place the go-no-go gauge of the corresponding width on your newly formed crimp connection. The crimp ring should go into the go-no-go gauge, but only up to the marked line. If the gauge goes entirely over the crimp ring, leaving no space between the gauge and the ring, or if the ring does not fit into the gauge at all, the connection was not made correctly. This ability to do a go-no-go gauge test makes crimped connections especially popular among DIYers. No other connection method gives such an option. If the crimp connection does not gauge or was otherwise made improperly, you can use a decrimping tool to easily remove the fitting, leaving it unharmed and completely reusable. First, using your PEX cutter, cut off the section of the tubing with the fitting installed. Try to make the cut as close to the fitting as possible without damaging it or the cutter. With the tool we're using today, the PXT3101 decrimper from Everhot, we can select the tubing size we're decrimping with the quick switch knob on the side. The minus position is for 1/2 inch PEX, while the plus position is for 3/4 inch and 1 inch PEX. We're decrimping 1/2 inch PEX, so we need to switch our tool to the minus setting. You'll notice that the decrimping tool has jaws of 2 different shapes. The blade cuts the crimp ring, while the flat jaw supports the fitting from inside the PEX tubing. Insert the flat side into the cut-off section of tubing. Close the decrimper's jaws completely. The crimp ring will be cut and split. Rotate the tubing 180 degrees. Make another cut on this side of the ring. Now, the crimp ring will be easily removable by hand. With the crimp ring detached, you can now remove the PEX fitting. Simply squeeze the unindented part of the pipe and pull the fitting out. The undamaged fitting is now uncrimped and can be used again freely. Thanks for watching. We'll see you at PEXUniverse.com.